Have you ever seen something like this? As you can see, this is total pawn domination here for white, and it's a game between Emil Diemer and Thomas Heiling. It's played 1984, and as you can see here, only pawns move, and it's a unique game because we have here 17 move of only pawns, and these are consecutive move, basically until the move 17. White did not move anything more than pawns. But let's start from the beginning of the game. So white starts with d4, and then black develops a knight. And from here, we are starting the pawn storm. As you can see, white are preparing e4 now, and black are also developing e4 plate. Now we have developments, another development from black, another pawn push from white. And as you can see, bishop and the blacks are preparing for kingside castle, but another pawn is moved, and this time with tempo, chasing the knight. Knight retreats, and then another pawn. And as you can see, black tries to counterattack in the center, but white doesn't accept this offer. And from here, black trying to gain some space, but white are continuing pushing pawns. And as you can see, this is ninth move, and again, pawn is pushed. And we have now some attempts from black to actually gain some space, but white again pushing pawns. And as you can see, again, black are trying to actually gain some space in the center, but no, white again push the pawn and chase this bishop, and now this bishop is basically useless because it has only one square to move. And as you can see now, basically white are continuing pushing pawns, and this is move 12. Black captures, white chasing the knight again with tempo, then taking the pawn. And as you can see, this is move 14, and only pawns are moved from white. So this is really unique game that stays in the history with the Pawnmower Man name. Now we have bishop e7 from black, and again the pawn is pushed. We have attempt from black to actually break the pawn structure, but now we have pawn takes on b5, and now after pawn takes on g5 from black, we have again pushing pawn, and this very strong move. And now after black takes, I will leave you. If you want, you can pause the video so that you can find very strong move for white here. And if you are ready, now this is the move. It's a check. It's a queen h5, and as you can see now, black doesn't have with anything to defend. So basically, their castling is ruined, and the king should move. And from here, white start developing pieces. Again, this pawn here on b6 is very strong because it's additionally stops the development of the black. And if you can see this knight here on b8, I promise you that this knight will be moved only at the end of the game, at the very end of the game. So basically, with only pawns here, white creates really huge advantage, moving only positionally in the game, as you can see after a few moves here. Now we have here a really smart decision by white, because as you can see now, for this pawn here, white are sacrificing actually a queen. And you'll see how interesting develops this game. After knight takes, we have check and forking the king and the queen for the blacks. So now we will again turn back the queen that we lost. And after king moves, black queen is taken. And from here we have very strange moves. It was really pretty interesting game. Now we have a fork of the bishop and the white and the rook. I'm sorry. So as you can see now, knight is escaping here so that it cannot be captured by the king anymore. And now white are offering the rook for free. And from here, black takes advantage of this offer. And after takes, we have bishop attacking the pawn on d6, basically. And as you can see now, we have this very, very weak pawn that's underdeveloped. And also we have attackers here on the pawn. And you'll see from now on that the game will be played around this pawn here. And white will make every sacrifice possible to actually maintain the attack on this pawn. And you'll see that at the end of the game, this will be the really crucial pawn, so that it will be the key for success for white. So now black are understanding this and trying to defend the pawn. And from here, white castles. In the same time, they are developing the rook. So this is Emil Diemer with white again. And from here, knight threatening the white's rook. White's rook taking this e file here, pinning the dark square bishop for blacks and for black. And as you can see now, this way white are removing one defender of this d6 pawn, because now the black bishop cannot move. And from here, as you can see, black king is forced to move just because they need to escape from this pin here. And from here, another strange move. As you can see, this is knight b5, and this is offering here for black to capture the knight for free, but it's actually not for free, because then you will have very, very strong advancing pawns here if they capture. So after knight actually plays on e4 and blocking this e file for the white's rook, now we have white's sacrifice. They're sacrificing the exchange because they're basically exchanging rook for a knight. And as you can see, this is pure because this knight was defending this pawn here on d6 that I mentioned. That's very, very important for the overall game. And as you can see, white are making all kind of sacrifice so that they can weaken the defense of this pawn. And now we have black understanding this and not capturing the rook, but instead trying to capture the bishop. And now if white plays something stupid, let's say some of the knights or something like this, so basically they will take, the black can take the bishop, and then this rook here is forced to move, and this black dark square bishop for white is also under attack, so it will be very, very difficult to defend. So from now, white are forced to retreat the rook, and here black takes, rook takes, and finally this offering here is accepted. Black takes the knight on b5, and from here we have attempt from white to play rook g7 so that they will pin this dark square bishop again, one of the defenders of this pawn. And from here king retreats, and now finally white managed to capture this d6 pawn, and as you can see, it's very important, and also they have enough force to do it. So now after black takes, white takes, and now we have finally this knight develops, and as I promised you, this knight stays until basically the end of the game. So from now we have check, and after a few moves you will see that basically now white do have a passing pawn, and from here no matter that black captured this pawn on a5, we have check, and from here basically black are forced to take this pawn here because it will be promoted. Also this knight is under attack, and as you can see now, after a few moves, knight's lost, king trying to attack the rook, and now white will promote no matter the king can take basically this rook. And after check from the rook a1 from black, and from here one more move for black and white promotes. And after black takes the bishop, we have check, and after the 6th pawn is pushed, as you can see, black retreats. So basically this is the famous game between Emil Diemer and Thomas Heiling. It's famous with the name the Pawnmower Man, and it's really unique game that shows the strategic advantage if you use the pawns in the right way. So if you like the video, subscribe for the channel, like it, comment and share it, and see you next time.